CM 365, all about Carnatic music. In one of the earlier episodes, I had made a mention about the Yati and its patterns like the Gopucha Yati and the Srotavaha Yati and so on. Today I thought I'll elaborate a bit more on it to give you a deeper understanding of the whole thing. We had made a mention that this Yati is some kind of a geometric pattern in the sense. Very simply, if you would like to put it, suppose I say A, B, C, D, E. Then I say B, C, D, E. Then C, D, E, D, E, E. So that forms a particular geometric pattern. Or the reverse of it if you want to have, like E, D, E, C, D, E, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, like this. So where the first one was in a diminishing order, that is from A, B, C, D, E, then you got B, C, D, E, like this, it diminishes to finally come to the E. And in the second case, if you look at it in a very simple way, it is in a progressive way. Now in this Yati, as it happens in music, we see that Muthuswami Dikshitar was indeed a master again in creating this Yati patterns in his composition. The first thing, of course, in Yati that he has created, what is important is that it is not just about one word and each syllable getting cut down or each syllable getting added. The point here is that when each of these syllables get cut or added, each time a new meaning gets formed to that particular word, and that is very beautiful. And here again, I suppose Sanskrit is one of the beautiful languages which allows for this kind of a concept to blossom in full measure, and that's why I suppose Dikshitar has very aptly used the Sanskrit language to create this Yati pattern in some of his compositions. The second point about the Yati is that it is not just about one word getting broken up, each syllable when it is getting cut or added. I said that it does form a separate meaning by itself. But what is more beautiful in Dikshitar's composition is that each of these, through the pattern of Yati, what the word is formed, it has a beautiful connect to the whole theme of the song. That is, suppose if the composition is on Devi, then every word which is formed through the Yati pattern, it again has got connection to the Devi and depicts some aspect in terms of the meaning being connected to that Devi. Or for example, if you take suppose there is a composition on Shiva, then each of these Yati patterns which get formed, the words which formed, all of them have got some kind of an excellent relevance to the main god, that is Shiva. This I wanted to share with you, and so earlier I just made a mention about the words and the breakup of how the Yati happens. Today a bit more we will elaborate on it to see how each word that is formed gets beautifully connected to the theme line. That is very important, and that's where I suppose the genius of Dikshitar also lies in terms of creating such brilliant things for us. In the composition Sri Varalakshmi, which I mentioned earlier also, Sri Varalakshmi Namastubhyam Vasu Prade, where you see that after this, what is the Yati which is happening? I had mentioned Sri Sarasapade, Rasapade, Sapade, Pade, Pade. Now, what is the meaning of each? That is what is the beauty. It's not just about making Sri Sarasapade, Rasapade, Sapade, Pade, Pade. That's not the point here. When he mentions Sri Sarasapade, what is meant here is that O1, now he is talking about the theme here is Varalakshmi, goddess Varalakshmi. So O1 residing in the lotus, Sri Sarasapade. The next by Yati, the Sri gets removed and it becomes Rasapade. So in Rasapade, what does it mean is that O1 who is the abode of Rasa. Then Sapade. The next breakdown, Sapade. O1 with beautiful feet. Then Pade, Pade means at every step. So at every step, I worship you, O goddess Varalakshmi. So Sri Sarasapade, Rasapade, Sapade, Pade, Pade, Sri Varalakshmi. And also here you must very importantly see how it is not just about the Sahitya that he is concentrating. Here at each step in this Yati pattern, the word also brims with that Sri Raga. That is very, very important, where the music is also given beautiful importance in the creation of the Yati. This is seen in every composition of his. I'll take another example of this for you in the composition Maye Twamyahi in the Ragam Tarangini, where he mentions there is a line Sarasakaye, Rasakaye, Sakaye, Aye. So where you see that the first word is Sarasakaye, then after that you see that the next is Rasakaye, Sakaye, Aye. Sarasakaye here means one whose form is charming. Then Rasakaye, one whose body is rasa by itself. Then Sakaye. Sakaye means one who has taken on a particular form. Then Aye, O supreme prophet to your devotees. So by the break of all this, you see that in each time it denotes a meaning, and all this meaning again is related to that particular theme line. I will give you another example now of Srotovaha Yati, which we see in the composition Sri Tyagaraja Yoga Vaibhavam, where you would see that here in this Srotovaha, in the sense that from the small to the big, the word becomes small to large, in the sense that here he uses the word Sham Prakasham Tattva Swarupa Prakasham Sakala Tattva Swarupa Prakasham Shiva Shaktyadi Sakala Tattva Swarupa Prakasham. This is how the Yati pattern comes in the Charanam part. Now again here he is talking about the Tyagaraja Swami, Tyagaraja Yoga Vaibhavam. So where you see that Sham, what is the first? Now we are going from the small to the big. That is first Sham. Sham means the embodiment of beneficence. That is all that is good. That is what is the meaning of Sham. Then Prakasham. Prakasha means the effulgence or radiant splendor. Then Swarupa Prakasham, the one who shines on his own self. Tattva Swarupa Prakasham, the one who manifests as the truth. Sakala Tattva Swarupa Prakasham, one who appears as all realities. And then finally he says Shiva Shakti Adi Sakala Tattva Swarupa Prakasham, the one who has expanded as all principles, beginning with Shiva and Shakti. In the same composition, we also see another example of Gopucha Yati. That is where you see that like in Sri Rajalakshmi, same here you also see here. Tyagaraja Yoga Vaibhavam, then Agaraja Yoga Vaibhavam, Raja Yoga Vaibhavam, Yoga Vaibhavam, Bhavam, Vam. Now, in this Yati pattern again, you see how every breakup of that word again is so pregnant with meaning, in the sense that Tyagaraja Yoga Vaibhavam, where he says that one who is Tyagaraja with the grandeur of yoga. Agaraja Yoga Vaibhavam, one who signifies the glory of fortune of the Himavan, that is the Himavan is the king of the mountains. Then Raja Yoga Vaibhavam, one with grandeur of regal splendor. Yoga Vaibhavam, one whose exaltation is yoga. Then Vaibhavam, Vaibhavam means the magnificence one. Then Bhavam, which means the origin of this universe. And finally Vam, Vam signifies the mantra Vam. Here he signifies that particular mantra. So what is important here is that in the Yati pattern, all this you saw that whatever he has got through this Yati pattern, everything is connected to the deity in praise of which he is composing. So that is very, very beautiful of Dikshitar, where we see that the Yati pattern, in fact he is the unparalleled monarch, I would say, in terms of using Yatis in his compositions. There are some more compositions also, if we analyze you can see that in them also, where he has very beautifully made use of this Yati pattern to bring out the Sahitya element in a more profound way. One side we see that the music blossoms so beautifully in the case of these compositions I mentioned, that is Rajalakshmi in Sri Ragam, or Tyagaraja Yoga Vaivam in Ananda Bhairavi, or this Maye Tvamyahi in Tarangini, while the whole composition brims with the Raga Bhava. On the other side, the Sahitya has been explored so beautifully in various ways, and this Yati is also one way in which he has given, I would say, more beauty to the Sahitya of his compositions. CM 365, all about Carnatic music.